we need to ask two questions. We need to, first of all, we need to pass the two questions. If you don't pass the two questions, there's no way by which you can understand emptiness. You getting it? Okay. Some people, particularly the people who study Western philosophy. Is anybody studying Western philosophy? Those people who study Western philosophy, usually, not all, many of them, what they do is, oh, Arya Nagarjuna, they would not say Arya Nagarjuna, they would say Nagarjuna. It's like he's their classmate. Right? Oh, Nagarjuna, what did you write? Right? Or then you read it, and you don't understand anything. And instead, then what you say is that you read for just maybe 30 minutes. And you say Nagarjuna idealistic is what the nihilist, right? Idealism, nihilism. This is too overly simplistic. This is, you have not understood Arya Nagarjuna. You're getting it? I've seen many philosophers who said Nagarjuna is idealistic, the nihilism. This is too simplistic. This is not the reality. You have not understood Arya Nagarjuna's philosophy. So, if you really want to understand the Arya Nagarjuna's philosophy, you have to pass through two gates. The two gates are two questions. The first question, do things exist? This is the first question. Do things exist? If you say no, you fall into nihilism. It's not you are not even close to Arya Nagarjuna. You're getting it? This is nihilism. You say no, right? Do things exist? If the answer is no, you fall into nihilism. This is not emptiness. Only if you say yes, of course, everything exists. Things exist. Then you pass the first question, you go to the second question. Second question is, do things exist objectively? Do things exist objectively? If the answer is yes, you fall into absolutism. If you say yes, you fall into absolutism. Again, this is not emptiness. You are into the extreme absolutism. Only when you say to the second question, no, don't think nothing exists objectively, you have passed the second question. So you have passed the first two gates. You have passed the two gates. Once you pass the two gates, then you are entitled to really say understand emptiness. For that matter, what we need to know is that we have to know that emptiness is not nihilism. Emptiness means dependent origination, number one. Number two, dependent origination means the middle way, right? Let me repeat it. When you pass the first two questions, what are the two questions? And do things exist? What should be the answer? Yes. If you say no, you fall into nihilism. This is not Arya Nagarjuna's philosophy. This is nihilism. And then if you say yes, things exist, then you go to the second question. What is the second question? Do things exist objectively? What should be the answer? No. If you say yes, what's the problem? You fall into absolutism, the other side of the nihilism. Okay. So only when you give the two answers correctly, then you are entitled to speak about emptiness. Till that point, you are not entitled to speak about emptiness. You're prone to fall into nihilism or absolutism. So, now what is real emptiness? Real emptiness, as Arya Nagarjuna taught here, homage to the great sage who taught dependent origination. Emptiness should be understood in the context of dependent origination. Number one, emptiness means dependent origination. Number one. Number two, dependent origination means the middle way, right? If I tell you A equals B and B equals C, what is your conclusion? Therefore, A equals C. You getting it? So I'm telling you, emptiness equals dependent origination. And dependent origination equals the middle way. Therefore, emptiness equals the middle way. Middle way means not the extremes. You getting it? Okay. So first we have to establish them. What is the first one? Emptiness equals. So my job is to explain to you emptiness equals dependent origination. And the second one? How dependent origination equals the middle way. This is my job to explain these two. Once these two explain, then your job is to say that, therefore, emptiness is not nihilism, it is not absolutism, it is the middle way. So my job, the first job is to explain how emptiness equals dependent origination. For this, we need to know 5 points. Emptiness equals dependent origination, 5 points. You getting it? Okay. And each of these points, if you're not happy, bring up your questions. You're getting it? If you're not happy, bring up your questions. Meaning that if you are not convinced by any of these points, try your best to understand, try your best to be convinced. If you're not convinced, don't follow blindly. Okay, 5 points. 5 points for what? How emptiness equals dependent origin. Very good. Okay, the first one is emptiness. This is the obvious word that we are hearing. Emptiness. Number 2, emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. For example, if I ask you is there anybody from, any native English speakers? Presents. Native English speakers. Native English speakers. Omar, Kate. Your name? Mike. Okay, anyone else? Okay, over there. Okay, let's see. Mike. All right? Okay. What is who? Yeah. It's English, no? Yeah, what is who? Huh? Oh, okay. So look, listen, I'm not asking who is who. You getting it? I'm asking WHO. What is WHO? Huh? WHO. Hey, tell me, anyone else? World Health Organization. I'm not asking a person. I'm not asking who is who, right? I know that already. Right? I'm asking, what is the WHO? What does it mean? What is the full form of this? Is a short form of World Health Organization. When somebody asks who is who, right? What is who? Don't think that, who is a person, right? Do not really underestimate the other person, right? He must be asking something deeper. You're getting it? Likewise, emptiness is not just emptiness, nothing. It is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. You're getting it? WHO is a short form of World Health Organization. Likewise, emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. Okay, number 1, emptiness. Number 2, emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. Number 2. Number 3, emptiness of independent existence means nothing exists independently. Number 3, nothing exists independently. Number 3. Number 4, nothing exists independently means everything exists by dependence. Number 4. Everything exists by dependence. Number 4. Number 5. Everything exists by dependence means everything is dependently originated. Let me repeat it. Number 1, emptiness. Number 2, emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. Number 2, emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. Number 3, emptiness of independent existence means nothing exists independently. Number 4, nothing exists independently means everything exists by dependence. Number 4. Number 5. Therefore, emptiness, everything exists by dependence means everything is dependently originated. So, with these 5 points, we understand that emptiness means dependent origination. What is next? How dependent origination equals the middle way. So for this, we need to know 2 points. How dependent origination equals middle way. For this, we need to know 2 points. Okay. Number one, this is dependent origination has two sides, dependent and origination, the two sides. The first, dependent. What's the opposite of dependent? Independent. So when you say dependent, you reject independence. And independent existence, absolute existence, they mean the same. Independent existence and absolute existence, they mean the same. So when you say dependent, you are rejecting the independence. You are rejecting the extreme of absolutism. What was the other one? Origination. Other side is origination. When you say origination, means something comes into origination. Something comes into existence. What's the opposite of existence? Non-existence or nihilism. When you say origination, nihilism is rejected. Extreme of nihilism is rejected. Now, dependent, it rejects the extreme of absolutism. Origination, it rejects the extreme of nihilism. Bringing the two together, dependent origination, bringing the two together, rejects the two extremes. Rejecting the two extremes is following the middle way. So this is how dependent origination means the middle way.